welcome back once again. All things covered with your two favorite podcast hosts, Pat Peterson, Bryant McFadden. Yes, sir. It's a great day to be alive, so let's take advantage of it, Pat P. There's a lot to talk about, but on this episode, we will be recapping a wild away/home game for the Pittsburgh Steelers because it felt like a home game out west against the Los Angeles Rams. There's a lot to talk about, a lot to really be optimistic about moving forward, and we will highlight all of that in this episode. But before we do so, there's some information we would like to give you guys. For all the Pittsburgh Steelers fans that will be in the Pittsburgh area this Saturday, the Saturday before the Jacksonville Jaguar game, make sure you guys find a way to go out to the Greater Pittsburgh Sports Complex, tseshop.com, for pre-sale sales, for autographs. Yours truly, Patrick Peterson, Brian McFadden, and Cole Holcomb will be there in attendance, signing memorabilia, cards, the whole shebang. But if there's some opportunities for you to pre-sale, if you like to pre-sale some tickets, make sure you go to tseshop.com for any pre-sale options. It starts at 2 p.m. Eastern. Once again, Greater Pittsburgh Sports Complex, outstanding event, getting you guys ready and fired up for this big game for the Pittsburgh Steelers against the Jacksonville Jaguars. See us? No, don't meet us there. Beat us there. Pat P, you will be signing. You right-handed, right?
I am right-handed.
Okay, so Pat P is right-handed, and he will be giving away 3 home tickets. Pat P, first and foremost, you had a bye week. Guys came off the bye week looking extremely, energized. How was your bye week? How was your first bye week as a Pittsburgh Steeler?
Man, my bye week was great, man. I had the opportunity to hang out with the wife. It was her birthday, so went on a nice little vacation with some sun, a little beach. But yeah, it was much needed. Wish it was a little bit later in the season, but it is what it is. Now we back to the gridiron, ready to roll.
So, Pat P, being around the game for such a long time, you've had an opportunity to be around different coaches. The thing about Mike Tomlin, he's like the Andy Reid in regards to coming off of a bye week. So for all our bettors out there that love to partake in gambling, that was some information you guys should have utilized to benefit you. Because off bye weeks, Mike Tomlin is now 13-4 in his career, right? 13-4 and coming off a bye. We saw you guys, even though you might not know about this, you guys were underdogs in this particular ball game. You didn't need the points. You covered the money line easily. But give us some insights into what you picked up on with Mike Tomlin with the extra week of prep coming off a bye week that made you guys so prepared against the Rams.
I guess just the way coach attacked bye weeks, having an opportunity, not only trying to get ahead, but reevaluating ourselves, seeing how we can be better and become better as a team moving forward. So just pretty much doing a lot of self-evaluation, seeing how we can, be in better positions and come out, with better ways to make plays. And then also have an opportunity, an extra week, essentially looking at the team we're about to play. So having an extra week to look at an opponent for coach, I guess the proof is in the pudding. It's almost like a cheat code. But he just does a great job of making sure that we're in position, best as possible. That we're paying attention to the division of labor. Things that they like to do on a down in and down out basis. So just having an opportunity to just have that extra week for the most part, in my opinion, because coach is just a football junkie. He just loves football so much, and just having a week to not play football and to just watch your opponent just give us, I guess, that extra edge.
And the numbers don't lie. Like I said, he is 13-4. So the Pittsburgh Steelers, they have the best record after a bye week since 2007. Pittsburgh at 13-4, all under Mike Tomlin. The Ravens are 12-4, and the Colts are 12-4 also. You've been a Pittsburgh Steeler for some weeks now, so I'm pretty sure you're kind of comfortable. You're acclimated to the new environment. But how did it feel for you to have a home game on the road? Because from afar as a fan, man, SoFi was filled with terrible towels. SoFi was filled with Steeler apparel. But how did it feel for you once again to have that same love that you guys had the last time you went out west when you played against the Raiders?
Man, I'm telling you, it's nothing like when you have your fan base travel with you on the road and making it hard for the home team to hear their snap count and trying to get off plays in critical situations, especially in that fourth quarter. Just seemed like we was at the home in our backyard because our fans and the terrible towers just completely took over that game in the fourth quarter. And it's just a beautiful thing to see, man. And as a defense, you always know, your fans are kind of like your 12th man, no matter where you go. You know what I mean? They're gonna heckle the offense in any way that they can, home or away. So they're kind of like, I'm not trying to steal, obviously, Seattle's mojo with their 12th man, but they definitely make their presence felt. No matter where we're suiting it up at.
So, prior to you participating in one meaningful game with the Pittsburgh Steelers, I was kind of giving you insights about what to expect with the fan base, especially on road games. Has it lived up? Has everything that I gave you in regards to, just what to look for, has it lived up to the hype that I was selling you in regards to road games?
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, like now I can't even go downstairs like I used to in my past, like my other team, because all the Steeler fans are staying at our hotel. They're in the lobby. It's almost like it's a concert everywhere we go. You know what I mean? Everywhere we go, we got Steeler fans out the yin yang, man. I'm telling you, man, it's just so beautiful to see as a team, to see your fans showing up on the road, rain, sleep, or snow. It just gives us that extra motivation that we may need going into that game.
And I'll tell you this much. If you think you're seeing or experiencing some fandemonium right now, let you guys keep winning. let y'all keep winning. Right now y'all trying to figure things out, 4-2. But y'all mess around and keep winning and get into the postseason with a lot of hype. Oh my goodness, man. You gonna feel like a rock star for real, like you part of the Beatles or somebody like that, or the Jackson 5. You can't go nowhere. You're gonna be so mess around and keep winning. Yeah, mess around and keep winning, man. Y'all gonna have some Swifties around there. Shots out to Taylor Swift, by the way. Hey. So you talk about one thing that I love, and I'll say this, having Deontay Johnson was huge, right? But you being around Deontay, savvy route runner, what does it mean to have him finally back in the offense?
Just give us that another weapon that we can rely on. That we know that can get open in any coverage, zone coverage. You can find the open areas, and man coverage. You can create the separation. So it just gave Kenny, another weapon to go to, in those crunch time situations because, obviously with him being down, a lot of the attention was going to GP, and now yesterday, as we all saw, third down, first down with a little play action, deep comebacks, crossers. Now it just added another element to our offense, which I believe made us better yesterday. I thought that we had opportunity to sustain some drives, move the ball up and down the field, especially when we needed it. And it's going to be – I'm excited to see Deontay back in the lineup because, now the offense look like, that they can move the ball, successfully when he's on the field because he's definitely a threat that has to pull that safety out now. Now you can't just, stack the box and just double GP. Now you have to account for DJ, and now it's an extra body that's pulled out of the body. Now that may be able to open up Najee a little bit more, open up the run game a little bit more. Even Pat, when he gets back, it's just going to make that offense, in my opinion, that much more lethal when all of those guys are on the field.
And I hope the appreciation meter for Deontay goes up because our fans, have been extremely critical of Deontay sometimes with drops, and it happens. But this is a guy who can play football. I love him as a route runner. I think he's the most skillful route runner we have, and he's another playmaker to the offense. And also, too, one thing that I was excited to see was the offense not being consistent, stagnant. That's been a calling card for our offense. It's been extremely stagnant, not going anywhere. It's like a car, no gas. You can't even crank it up. But they crunk up, right? And I think having another weapon like Deontay helps our offense in totality, and it also helps Kenny Pickett. Kenny Pickett against the Rams, that was his best ball game so far this season. Disagree or agree with me, hit us up in our comment section there on YouTube. But I think that was the best ball game that we saw from Kenny Pickett. He looked comfortable. He was going through his progressions. He wasn't rattled. He wasn't trying to avoid the pocket, get out of the pocket as fast as we've seen in weeks past. He was actually patient in the pocket. And because of that, he was very, very efficient. So if we can kind of keep that going, as Mike Tomlin says, and his Tomlinism, make routine plays routinely, those are routine things that we need to see done in a routine way consistently. If he continues to do that, along with having healthy set of pass catchers, you get Pat back eventually. I mean, the car's gonna be moving now. You know what I mean? It's not gonna be driving the speed limit. It's time to go past the speed limit, and that's my hopes for our offense as we continue to grow and most importantly get healthy. One thing about your game, you've been around the game for such a long time. This is year 13 for you, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You've seen a lot of pass catchers. Yep. And right now with the Rams, even though you guys are not in division, you know that organization extremely well, right? Played against Cooper Kupp, when your time when AZ, Sean McVay, but they got a new little weapon out there in Nakua.
Yeah.
And most people felt like he was just a one-dimensional type guy. I said Puka Nakua is a football player that happens to play the wide receiver position. What were your thoughts of, finally getting a chance to see the young rookie up close and personal, and what type of player he is? And number one, his feet work is phenomenal. That sideline catch, where I think it was Levi and Mika.
Me can't hit him. That was an unbelievable catch. But having an opportunity to see Puka up close in person, I was impressed. He is one of those Cooper. He reminded me of a young Cooper Kupp, honestly, but just a bigger frame, and maybe I don't know what Cooper came out, but on the field it seemed like he was a little faster than Cooper Kupp, his rookie year. In my opinion, it just seemed like he was. But he's a polished receiver, man. Like I said, he's a guy that can run routes. He's just not a one-trick pony. He can run those slants, those whip routes, those dig routes, which is like a 10 to 12-yard in-breaking route. As you saw, he ran a go ball, on us out of a stack. So he's a guy that he's definitely putting his name in the hat, very, very early to be a receiver to look out for moving forward. So I was impressed. I definitely was impressed with this game, how he handled himself, and how he carried himself on the field as well. He didn't play like a rookie. It didn't seem like he was a rookie with some of the things that he was doing and how the game just seems to come so easy to him.
Yeah. Like I said, he's a football player, man. And I love those type of guys, guys that are football player. And he went to the right situation with the creativity of Sean McVay.
Yeah.
Right. The opportunity that presented itself when Cooper Kupp was not in the lineup, and then having an experienced quarterback in Matthew Stafford. There's no better situation, I think, for a young wide receiver. You know what I mean? And they use him to the same fashion that they use Cooper Kupp, and now both guys are back. And that's a talented team. That's a team, boy. If they stay healthy, they can make a playoff run, which is super surprising with everything they've been dealt with personnel-wise, injury-wise, and they're just a team that fight extremely hard. So that's why, I feel like that was a huge win for you guys, going into that ball game on the road, even though it was like a home atmosphere, because that's a really, really good team. Defensively, JP Jr., Joey Porter Jr. had his highest snap count of his career. And that happened partly because of how they utilize you. We talked on the phone briefly after the game. Yeah, you already know. I don't miss anything. You gonna call me talking, man? You see, I see everything. You already know. I saw you had on new cleats, by the way. I was surprised to see you had on the dunks.
Yeah, man.
What prompted dunks? Because usually you keep the same old faithful old black or the all whites. But I saw you had new cleats, so I don't miss none. What brought up the new dunks you wore Sunday?
Those were the Jordan Air Force.
Those were the Jordan ones?
Yeah, those were the
I thought they were the dunks. My bad.
Yeah, I was practicing in the all black joints. I was feeling really good in them. I was like, man, I think I'm gonna sport these Sunday, man. But I got like 3 pair, but I was rocking all black in practice because I was probably gonna wear those. But then I had all 3 next to the uni. I said, yeah, the panda joints that's the play today. It just looks so clean with the uniform. I don't know. It was just like a twinkle in my eye when I put it down to the uniform. I was like, yeah, these right here are definitely a go.
Yeah, it hit you. That was a great selection. I would have took that as well. But let's talk about the movement Coach Austin implemented in your game plan. You was outside corner, you inside corner. I saw you in the post, as a safety. Talk about the movement that they were able to put you in throughout that ball game. And is that something that we should expect to see moving forward? Because clearly Joey Porter Jr. is a guy who's gotten better with more reps. He needs to be on the football field, but also too having the flexibility to move different guys around like yourself, that helps the entire defense. So tell us how was that for you? Because I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, that's the first time in your career you played so many different positions in one game, right?
Yeah, and blitz that many times in one game.
I saw you blitz. I'm gonna need you to give me a swim move on the back at some point in time.
Hey,
you have to do that, P. You had to stay.
I know.
This,
if you go back and look at the film, I know when I look back at the tape, I couldn't have gave him a swim move because obviously I'm outside. Only thing I could have done better was shut it down because the back, obviously when you blitz, you got to know where the back and the quarterback, the relation of the back and the quarterback, and the back was just too close to the quarterback for me to spin move him.
Didn't you blitz twice?
Bull rush him, huh?
Didn't you have 2 blitzes?
Sure, I had like 4 of them.
You have, yeah. It was one. I remember you could have set him up and tried to hit him with a swim.
That was the one late in the game. That was the one I was talking about. I felt like his relations to the quarterback was a little too close, so I wanted to bull him because I was going to be too high because Matthew had already, had already hit his 5th or his 3rd step because he was in the shotgun. Yeah. So he had already hit his 3rd step. So he saw me already. So if he wouldn't have saw me, I probably would have hit him with a swim move. But I thought my bull rush would work, but obviously it didn't. But I got you. I got some moves up under my sleeve.
You're gonna have to stay at the practice and work on your blitz move. You might have to get with TJ. Get with them guys who rush the pass all the time.
Hey Matt, I'm already in the lab, man.
Hey, but is that something that we should expect to see?
Oh yeah, back to your original question. Yeah, back to your original question. I mean, that was a plan all along, for me to come here.
You said that. You did say that. I remember off season. Yep.
So that was a plan all along for me to be kind of like that joker. When Joey's on the field, have an opportunity to move inside, have an opportunity to play a little safety in certain personnels, being the nickel in certain situations, being the corner even in certain situations, being the right corner in certain situations. I played right corner yesterday as well. I played right corner, nickel, left corner, a little safety. So it was fun, and I had an opportunity to tell Coach TA after the game, and it was fun getting the opportunity to play as many different positions that I did on the football field because now I feel like I'm a part of the game now. I'm just not just guarding one guy, running behind one guy. Now I can really, try to set the quarterback up throughout the course of the game versus just playing corner when I just have one guy. It's hard for me to disguise certain things, so now I feel like I really make quarterbacks work when they see me in certain spots that they haven't really seen me before.
And he almost threw you one in the deep post too.
I know, man. He tried that was a route. I don't know if you can go back and look at it. That was a route that Cooper Kupp scored or got that critical first down on. He no-looked the guy. Mm-hmm. He tried to do the same thing, but he tried to get, I think that was Puka he tried to throw it to on that one. Yeah. But that's one of their favorite concepts, and we haven't ran that play, that defensive call all game. And we started noticing how they was attacking us. It was like, we got a perfect call for them. Bam, let's put it on them right now. Yeah.
And talking about perfect calls, coming out after halftime, needing a spark, perfect call, TJ Watt in coverage, just the vision, the route recognition, being ball aware. Take us through that play. That looked like, was that tight Wilmy 6? Do y'all still run that?
Nah, that was
Was that a quarters coverage?
actually that was 6.
Okay.
But
I
we was
felt
in
like that was 6 because
yeah, it
where he
was
was
6, but we
dropping.
got him. That division of labor, man. Understand the structure of the formation structure of the offense will talk to you. Understand where people are in certain situations, and you will understand what you're getting.
That sounds like Mike Tomlin.
Cooper Cup at number 3. They
Uh-huh.
trying to get him on a mismatch with an
Yep.
opt route. Gotcha.
No question. Hey, and that's the thing, like that, just the hands that TJ
Yeah.
displayed, catching all that, because most defenders would probably drop that.
Right.
For us at that
Not
moment,
TJ.
they had momentum. That play snatched all the momentum away from the Rams, gave the offense great field position to score, and we scored. That was huge.
Yeah, that was big. That was, in my opinion, the turning point of the game for us as a team. I felt like once, and they went down and scored again, but I felt like once we got an opportunity to take that, 1-point lead at that time in the game, because like you said, they went down and scored right before half. In my opinion, was a fluky touchdown. And then,
What happened on that play?
I just think, honestly, I don't know what happened. I feel like Matt just threw up a prayer.
He did. He actually was trying to throw it to Cooper. He wasn't throwing the tutu.
Oh, I know that's why I said that's
throwing it. Yeah, he was trying to throw it to Cooper.
So I don't know, obviously, what happened, because I thought the ball was coming to me. I ain't even know Tutu and Levi was even over there. So I'm thinking I'm about to get me like a little, because he had he ran to 7, so I really couldn't get my right arm around. So I was just gonna go for the easy back down.
Yeah.
And as I'm doing this, I heard, oop, I'm like, what the heck just happened?
Yeah.
I'm like, no, cool, just didn't catch this. And next thing you know, I see Tutu celebrating in the end zone. So I was just at all. I'm like, where the heck did he come from? Because I know Coop was the inside guy. Tutu was the outside guy. We was in, I want to say what coverage we was in, but we was in the man-to-man coverage.
Yep.
And, I'm guarding a 7, and I'm thinking the ball coming to me because I'm thinking that's, the only
receiver.
Yeah, only receiver in that area, because if you think of the concept, the only thing that you can think of is, a drive 7 or, dagger 7. Like number 1 receiver is typically not down the field when that number 2 is running that 7 route. So that's why I was like, what the heck did he come from? Yeah. But yeah, that happened on that play, the fluky touchdown. Then, like you said, they end up kind of having some momentum. We come out of halftime, first play, snatch that back briefly. They end up scoring again. I don't know if it was the next drive or the drive after that. And they didn't see the end zone again.
Man, that was huge, man. The fluke play that happened right before half. They scored. They got the ball back out of halftime with momentum, and you take it right away from them. That was huge, man. TJ Watt, and I'm tired of all these football talking heads keep trying to build up every other defender when they have a great week in regards to the defensive player of the year. Early in the year was Michael Parsons, right? Then, you talk about both sides in San Francisco, and now it's Myles Garrett. I don't know why they keep overlooking 90 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I do not know. Myles Garrett had a heck of a ball game yesterday against the Browns. No question, he did. But we're talking about just the consistency of being involved in big plays. Yeah. Either TJ is scoring touchdowns, creating fumbles, recovering fumbles,
or sacking somebody,
getting hurries, creating turnover opportunities for other guys. But everybody keep wanting to overlook this man. You know what I think it is? I think it's TJ Watt boredom. I think they're bored because they've seen it so much that it's not really a big deal. Like that play that we just talked about was a defining moment for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah, it really was.
It was a defining moment. And he has been a part of so many defining moments for the defense. You know how in college football, when you talk about a player that wins the Heisman Award, they have a Heisman moment.
Right.
That kind of catapults them into that position to win. TJ has had multiple Heisman-like moments as a defender and why he should be the favorite to be the defensive player of the year. But now, every other week, if somebody have a big game, no knock on Myles Garrett. He's a great defender. He had a great game. But just talk about the consistency in which TJ has been involved in big plays. Myles Garrett is not dropping in coverage, picking quarterbacks off.
No.
He's not doing that. I'm not saying he's not capable, but he's not utilized like that. TJ Watt is not a liability in coverage. He's an asset.
Right.
He's an asset as a run defender, as a pass rusher, as a playmaker. Heck, up until that point, TJ was our best offensive player as well.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
He had about 30-some yards on that.
Yeah, so that just me, I feel some type of way because I keep hearing all these other defenders getting thrown in front of TJ. And I'm like, come on, man. Why y'all keep forgetting 90? Like, come on. What are we doing, man? But great play by TJ, great execution by the entire off defense. And I'll tell you this much, the defense force, I don't know if you knew this, the defense forced a season low in completion percentage for Matthew Stafford on Sunday. He completed 48% of his passes.
Thanks.
Yes, that's huge, Pat P.
No doubt about it.
Whatever theme or storyline you guys were doing in regards to disguises and executing, man, keep that going because as you know, Matthew Stafford is a heck of a player and he came out and had some issues against your defense. So, Pat P, before we let you go, clearly we got to tap into the preview of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Another team that's playing some hot football. Got to get that preview going for our fans. Also talk about the atmosphere because you guys are back at home. Haven't been at home for quite some time in a few weeks. So it should be a packed house once again against a playoff caliber team in the Jacksonville Jaguars. We're back. All things covered. Patrick Peterson, Bryant McFadden, Jaguars preview this Sunday. That's the next ball game, October 29th this Sunday, 1 p.m. in Pittsburgh. The Jacksonville Jaguars, man, have been slowly gaining a lot of positive traction, playing some inspired football. I know you haven't really got all the way involved into this prep, but I can tell you just me watching the Jacksonville Jaguars and talking about them, Travis Etienne in the red zone, he finds the offense. Christian Kirk is their number one wide receiver. I understand they have Calvin Ridley. You can't overlook Calvin Ridley because he is that type of guy. Broward County guy, by the way, Pat P. I know you know that.
I know that.
But right now, Christian Kirk is acting like the number one guy, and Evan Ingram is the number two pass catcher.
Yeah,
they love Evan Ingram,
big boy,
getting him involved. Defensively, Josh Allen, the DN, not the quarterback, has been a terror. It's a contract year, so you know he's putting forth his best effort. I mean, he's been doing a phenomenal job. And, you know, they started off 1-2. Currently, I think they're 4-2 right now. Playing across the country definitely helped them. But, I mean, they won back-to-back games in London over the Falcons and the Bills, not taking a bye week, then beating the Colts and the Saints. This will be your first game against Trevor Lawrence, man. So, you know, he's been kind of up and down a little bit, but he's starting to find his groove a little bit. But what sort of juices do you have when you face a young, you know, quarterback for the first time?
I don't really have no juices. You know, I'm just excited to have an opportunity to play against the next generation of quarterbacks.
Yeah.
You know, it's always a pleasure to play against the next generation because, you know, I'm going to be on the couch talking to my boys, giving the opportunity to talk about how it was, you know, going up against, you know, Trevor, Lamar, you know, Patty Mahomes, the list goes on, you know, so it's always a pleasure to see, you know, that the next generation is in good hands, you know, so I had an opportunity, like you said, you know, haven't really got into game planning against Jacksonville just yet, but I had an opportunity to watch those guys last week, Thursday night against the Saints. And like you said, man, ETN is going to find that end zone in the red zone. Christian, it does look like their number one guy, moving him a little bit everywhere. Slot, X, and the Z receiver, and their defense is very, very aggressive. You know, I had the opportunity to play in that style of defense, you know, early on in my career, the Todd Bowles system. You know, so you know, we're gonna have our hands full on both sides of the ball because, you know, the offense is very creative and their defense is very, very aggressive. You know, so we're gonna have to make sure that we're on our P's and Q's at all times going into this ball game because this is, like you talked about as well, it's a very hot football team that's rolling on a high wave right now, you know, behind their quarterback, behind their defense, you know, so they're feeling really, really good about themselves coming into this game.
Yeah, and, you know, you guys will be underdogs. Does that bother you any when, you know, you like last week you were underdog against the Rams? Does that fuel any extra motivation for you when you at home playing against a team like the Jacksonville Jaguars and people feel like you guys are the underdogs?
As Coach Mike Tomlin would say, we do not care, because at the end of the day, the other team is preparing just like we're preparing, and the game got to be played. Right? Yeah. Can't no AI, no computer tell anybody who's the better team. The team that's preparing that week got to go out there and put forth their best effort to win the ball game.
No question.
So I never really looked at no underdog or the list or any of that stuff when it's time for us to play, because I feel like we're gonna win every game we suit up and play.
Exactly. A lot of fans think otherwise. I remember when we played in the Super Bowl against Arizona, and a lot of fans were mad because we didn't cover. I said, cover? I said, we won. What are you talking about?
Right.
What are you talking about? Cover what? The ultimate goal was to win by however. If it's a half a point, we won. Covering.
We did cover.
Like, what? Bro,
we covered the W, baby.
I get the logic. I get the thought process because, I gamble, on football games. So I get it.
But that's why I call a gamble.
Yeah. But for us as players, we just want to win.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as style points, because if you beat somebody by 40, you only count as one win.
I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah. So no question. I guess, some people feel like, well, you guys are underdog, you should be motivated. No, I mean, you should be motivated regardless. If you're a favorite,
every game.
You should be
every game we suit up and play for.
So it's prediction time for the Pittsburgh Steelers, Jacksonville. I feel like this is going to be an offensive explosion for our offense. I feel it. I'm calling for Kenny Pickett to throw for at least 300 yards. To have two touchdowns, two total touchdowns. It could be one rushing, one passing. Calling for the Steelers to score at least 28 points. So I go 29-20, Pittsburgh. That's what I'm calling for.
Man, where do you be getting all these weird-ass numbers from? Like, how the heck we going to get 29?
What you mean? What's going to happen is you're going to score 14, right? You're going to kick a field goal.
Okay, 17.
Right? That's 17.
Yeah, you need 12 more points.
You need 12 more points. You're going to score a touchdown. You're going to miss the extra point.
Hey, man, we don't want to miss no field goals.
Well, that's how you're going to get to 29, Pat P. I don't tell you. You just asked me a question. Why are you mad at me about how my answer sounds?
Points, no field goals. Can you add it up and say that we got a safety or something? Can that happen that way?
My mind was already triggered to a mixed extra point. My mind was already triggered.
Come on, man. Oh my God, that man putting dirty laundry out there, man.
That ain't dirty. I said 29.
That's very dirty. That's very dirty laundry.
29-20.
No, I don't like. I'm talking about the dirty laundry of missing a field goal, man. We don't want to put
extra point. No, you're gonna miss the extra point.
I don't care. That's still an attempt.
Okay,
we don't want to miss nothing.
So 17, you score. That's 23.
We just say, all right, do this.
And three other field goals.
We get a 2-point conversion, and we score 10 from there. There you go. We're not a 2-point conversion. Safety. We get a safety.
29 points. Kenny Pickett at least 300 yards throwing, 2 total touchdowns.
All right. I like it.
And one can come on a rushing or throwing, or he can have 2 throwing or 2 rushing, but 2 total touchdowns from Kenny Pickett. I don't think he had a 300-yard game so far this season. He will get one. And you know why he's going to get one? Because I'm going to be in attendance. I'm going to be in attendance. Yeah. I'm going to be the rabbit foot's going to be there. The rabbit foot is going to be there. 29-20 is my prediction. Let's stay tuned. You got a few days to figure out how janky I am, because boy, if I'm janky, just tell Mr. Ruin to keep me up there for the rest of the season. We'll work everything out. Pat P, before I let you go, around the league, there's a lot of news going on and everything surfacing. What are your thoughts on the whole Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce relationship, the boo ship they got going on? The boo ship.
The boo ship.
Yeah, they're a couple. They're together.
They're adults.
Do you think it's real? Some people think it's fake. Some people think it's for pub.
I mean, for who though?
I don't know. They think it's the league is putting together because, with her being in attendance, it's been more viewership, from her fans and females and things like that. It's, how people have these conspiracies.
It's always going to be speculations of something.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. And honestly, I really don't care. it is what it is. They're adults. If they're dating, they're dating. I think it does get, a little bit, out of proportion, how much they show on the game, but it is what it is. The league is going to, position themselves to get more viewers
and get more money.
Any way possible. So I can care less, honestly.
Yeah, I care less. It doesn't bother me. They show her a lot in the suite. I guess her and Pat Mahomes' wife, they got a handshake and a hip bump. They done created, it'd be the celebration that they showed that. Like, man, they got a little whole hand. They got quite a few different handshakes for celebrations and a hip bump. And they living up. But one thing, the numbers, we showed this on CBS because CBS did broadcast Kansas City, and who did they play yesterday? The Chargers, right? Chargers. They broadcast that. The numbers don't lie, Pat P. So when she
I did see that. I saw that too.
Yeah, he been balling. You know how
averaging 108.
Yeah,
averaging 47 when she not there.
Yeah. So
it might be a real thing.
She got a little bracelet, a little love bracelet, and everything.
Might be a real thing.
Yeah. So shouts out to Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. Y'all keep.
But man, at the end of the day, why do we care if it's a real thing?
I don't care.
I'm just saying, like society. Like, why do we care if it's a real thing?
People are just bored. I don't know. Who cares? So let them live their life.
Yeah,
let Kelce do what he been doing, and it's not a big deal for us until we had to play them, and we don't play them unless it's in postseason. Then that's when you focus on Travis Kelce. But for us, I don't care. They ain't bothering nobody. Ain't causing no issue. She enjoying him. He enjoying her. It ain't affecting his game.
The league is enjoying them.
The league is loving it. You already know if they can get Kansas City in the Super Bowl and have her there.
Huh? Hey, listen, they might try to find a way to put up there with my boy Usher Raymond.
Man, no question. They've been getting some good calls in their favor too, so we ain't gonna talk about that. But that's a whole other topic of discussion. They've been getting some good calls, boy, to help them, be in position to get some wins. All right. But before we let you go, in other news too, I don't know if you guys follow Pat P on social media, Instagram. He's a great follow, by the way. A great follow. I mean, good guy. Good guy. He's always, motivative individual, motivating people. And I was getting ready for work, and I had went, I checked my guy out. And I looked, I said, dang, what's going on? So long story short, I saw my guy taking a bath, taking a shower.
First of all, I wasn't taking no shower, man. I was outside. If a shower is in your bathroom, that's a shower, first of all. But
you weren't taking no shower?
Go ahead.
And then I heard the music, the theme music. It was kind of like, sensual a little bit. It was you were lavendering yourself up real decent with the water. You had your tats out. I said, well, dang. I had to check the profile. I said, who profile I'm looking at at first. But tell us what's going on, Pat P. What song was that? Usher? Whose song was that?
That was Drake.
That was Drake. It was a slow song.
It was first of all, it wasn't it was the outro of the Pound Cake song.
Oh, Pound Cake. Okay.
Second of all,
Drake.
It was a soap that has like Epsom salt. It has like some muscle relaxer and stuff like that.
Is it a good product? You believe in it?
That's my first time using it.
How you feel? How your skin felt? You felt soft?
It felt pretty decent.
Oh.
Yeah.
It looked like you was in the shower, though. It looked like you were taking a shower.
Man, if you look at it, I was outside. I was in an outdoor shower. I just got out of the ocean. Actually, I was in my bye week. Outside.
That's fresh.
Just got out the ocean. Film. Just fresh out the ocean with the wife. Actually, if you go look at the my Instagram, you see my wife with the picture on the hammock. We just got out of the ocean from that picture.
And that's when you laughing up.
It's so pure. Let me. I'm reading the things like, it got Epsom salt, muscle relaxer. I was like, let me try this real quick because they sent it to me, to try it out. So let me try it out. How else I'm gonna put lotion? How else I'm gonna try out soap? You tell me. You got a better way?
I no, I ain't figured that one out, Pat P.
Exactly. And the crazy thing about it, people just, I ain't even gonna talk about that. I ain't even gonna talk about that.
Hey,
Because people funny.
oh, you already know. Hey, but whatever you gotta do to get your skin to feel how you need to feel.
Yeah. That's how.
Send me a bar of soap. Let me see how
I seen your bar soap.
Oh, by the way, listeners and viewers, Pat P did pay up on his bet. I got my Voss 2 cases.
You said I didn't.
I said you did. No, I'm letting know you.
Oh, I thought you. I'm like, come on.
No,
man.
you paid up. Good Voss water. I appreciate that, Pat P. We won't see y'all in the playoffs, so I won't get no more Voss water from y'all. We won't see y'all in the playoffs because y'all not going.
What you mean?
LSU not going.
Ain't it's like 12 teams available?
That's next year. That's next year.
Oh,
yeah.
We ain't going this year.
Nah, y'all ain't going there. But you did pay up on the water. If you want to send me some soap so I can let everybody know if it feels good on my skin.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
Yeah, I got you, man.
On my skin.
Somebody said, how's that helping you with coverage?
But you know they be reckless in the comment section. You know that. You know they be reckless in the comment section.
That was funny. Those that people just, I don't like calling people like just stupid, but people are, some people are just stupid, man.
Some people are insensitive, and some people think that they live a perfect life, whatever it is they do. Like, come on, man. You read the comments. They gotta let their frustration out like that. I tell people, I thought
it was funny.
Fans must understand you would never be more invested than the actual players that are playing.
Right.
You would never be more invested. I'm a current player, but I would never be more invested than you. Because you playing.
Right.
You go through all the prep, all the film study, mentally and physically, that battle. I would never be more invested. And some fans feel like they're more invested in the game than the guys that are actually playing. I understand sometimes you might get frustrated about what you see or what ain't happening, but just understand, no one ain't attacking you when you go to your 9 to 5 and you screwing up. Like, that's what we talk about. You know what I mean? And then everybody say, well, you get paid millions of bucks to go out here and do it. Yeah, but we not perfect.
Nobody's perfect.
We'd never be perfect. How many times I go sometimes and I might quote off a wrong stat for an individual, or I might say something wrong about Tennessee, a volunteer player or something like that. It happens every now and then. That's but the goal is to win more than you lose. You never be in the red. So, but you already know, when I saw you laughing it up, I said, huh? I said, is this Usher? I got to go back and listen to the song. I thought that was Usher.
That's if you go back and listen to it, that's Drake Pound Cake when he was
I know the Pound Cake.
Yeah,
the old Pound Cake.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's a good song too, by the way. But yeah, send me some soap so I can see how
fire song.
Great, yeah.
Hey, listen to the. I know you heard it, but listeners and viewers, listen to what he's talking about in that song.
You know, I listen to lyrics, man. You know, I just wish he would have gave us more rap on the newest album. I wish I could have got a little more rap.
Yeah,
but don't worry.
I wish we could have. We all wish we could have got a little bit more, rap and Drake. But it is what it is. It was still a decent project. It wasn't like it was, a garbage project, anything like that.
No question. Good product. But hey, Pat P, appreciate you. And I'll tell you this much: if you want to laughen yourself up and it brings in the win, because the last night you did that, it came out. If you want to keep, if that's part of the winning streak, to keep doing it.
Hey man, I lather myself up every night, every morning, every after practice. I'm always lathering myself up, Coach. I got to stay clean, baby.
Yeah, no question. Hey,
got to stay.
You got to do what makes you happy, man. And you send me a bar soap, and I'm gonna do a review too. I ain't doing a video, but I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna do a verbal review. I'm gonna do a verbal review. 29-20. Pittsburgh Steelers over the Jacksonville Jaguars this Sunday. I will be in attendance at the game. And don't forget Saturday, the autograph signing. TSEshop.com for pre-sale opportunities. Patrick Peterson, Cole Holcomb, and myself will be there in attendance starting at 2 p.m. Beat us there. Don't meet us there. Beat us there. We see you when we see you. Peace.
Peace.